Welcome to the video, and this one we're going to be discussing the Pivo. Okay, now the Pivo is very similar, to my opinion, a 9.5 in soccer. What that means is they're a combination of a number 9 and a combination of a number 10. Okay, because you're not going to just be, for example, a target forward. You're also going to have a lot of mobility movements or runs, and also the technical ability to play as like a number 10. Okay, so that's the best way I can describe a Pivo for you in futsal. Now, you can see here from the graph, it's replicated or represented by the number 10. Okay, now, in possession, normally, the Pivo wants to start behind the opposition fix. That's because there's no offside in futsal, and by doing this, it makes the opposition fix have to constantly scan behind to see where that player has now moved to, which means they're no longer looking ahead of them and will not be able to see the ball and where the ball is moving, because they'll have to scan a couple times behind to see and check their shoulder to see where the Pivo is. Now, you're also going to rotate. You're not just going to stay in central areas, right? You're going to have to move laterally. Maybe it'll end up being a fix. It just depends on how the rotation comes in the formation you're using. So again, we're set up in a 1-2-1 offensive formation, and you're going to see here how the Pivo moves. So let's get started. Now, I'm going to freeze right here, because the second, this is what we want you to understand. Typically, when the ball goes from for example, the fix to a winger, if the ball goes to the left wing, the Pivo wants to move to the opposite side slightly. So that way, they can try and find that inside pass to Pivo. Okay, so you can see here the 10, the Pivo is slid a little bit. If the winger can cut inside with the ball, they should have a pass to play into the Pivo. Or the Pivo can then time their movement to jump in front of the fix. So like this, you'll see here, the ball goes back to the fix who moves to receive. The Pivo then jumps in front of the opposition fix and can now hold the ball. So you're going to see they're going to hold the ball, which is replicated by this negative movement. They're holding it, right? The 11 now will run inside to go get, like this, a little layoff, pass in, and we're out. And now you can see the Pivo spins off. Now we have a 2v1 against the keeper, a little layoff to the second post, and goal. Now we'll transition again to a defensive phase. Ball starts with their fix, and you can see now the Pivo is trying to stay a little bit higher, because it could be one pass in between. So there's a pass in behind, and the ball goes out of bounds. We're able to reset for our team. So what I want you to also notice, let me take you back a frame on this one, apologize, right, is the Pivo needs to be the first line of pressure typically. If the opposition is playing a 1-2-1, they need to be one to go pressure to force the mistake and allow us to squeeze, just like that scenario, okay? So bring the ball back, we gain possession again. You can see the Pivo, or the fix plays to the winger on this side. Pivo moves to the opposite. Okay, pass. We're going to have a rotation moment. So you can see here the 7, this winger vacates the space to go centrally. Our Pivo needs to be aware to slide out of the space and now cover that, because now here's the new Pivo, here's our new winger. So you can see here, defense is going to transition. The ball can now swing to the Pivo on the outside here, who now drive and maybe get a shot off. Okay, just a simple movement of how a Pivo is going to work and the rotation. Hopefully that makes sense, and I will see you in the next video.